Welcome, friends. If you're over 55 and love gardening, or want to start again after a break, this video is just for you. Gardening isn't just about plants. It's about joy, purpose, peace of mind, and staying connected to the rhythm of life. But let's be honest, as we age, what once felt easy can sometimes feel like a chore. Kneeling hurts, watering feels tiring, and all that bending over? No, thank you. The good news: gardening can still be joyful, gentle, and deeply rewarding no matter your age or energy level. You just need the right approach. In this video, we're going to share 10 thoughtful, experience-based ideas that help seniors across the country enjoy gardening again, with less effort and more joy. Whether you have a full backyard or just a sunny porch, these tips will help you create a garden that loves you back. So grab your cup of tea, settle in, and let's talk about gardening the smart, soft, and soulful way. Part 1. The sit-down garden. Why standing isn't necessary. Let's start with the truth. You don't have to stand or kneel to be a gardener. In fact, one of the best things you can do as you age is embrace sitting while gardening. This isn't laziness, it's wisdom. Working while seated protects your knees, your lower back, and your energy. Many seniors find success with a sit-down garden, a layout designed around raised beds, benches, or container setups. Raised beds that are about 24 to 30 inches high are ideal. That's countertop height, so you can pull up a chair or a sturdy stool and garden in total comfort. Your hands do the work while your body stays relaxed. Use rolling carts or garden seats with wheels to move around easily. Want to get fancy? Install a small pergola for shade and turn the entire area into your garden nook. Add a soft mat under your seat and maybe a small table nearby for tools and snacks. The result: you'll spend more time actually enjoying your garden and less time recovering from it. And that's the point. Don't let outdated ideas of what gardening should look like hold you back. Sit down, dig in, and smile. Part 2. Forget weeding. Let nature do the work. Weeding is probably the #1 reason people over 65 give up gardening. It's hard on the knees, frustratingly repetitive, and frankly, there are better ways. The solution? Let nature do the work for you. First, consider mulching like a pro. A thick layer of bark mulch, straw, or even pine needles helps suppress weed growth by blocking light. It also keeps moisture in the soil, which means you'll water less often. For best results, lay down a weed barrier fabric before you mulch. This double-layered method can reduce weeding by 90%. You can also use ground covers, low-growing plants like creeping thyme, sweet woodruff, or even clover. These act as living mulch, shading out weeds naturally. Bonus: they're beautiful, pollinator-friendly, and smell amazing. If you do spot a weed or two, don't get up. Use a long-handled weeder while standing or sitting. No kneeling needed. Here's the real secret. The goal isn't to eliminate every weed, it's to design a garden where weeds can't thrive. That's a mindset shift that saves your body and your sanity. Remember, smart gardeners outthink weeds instead of outworking them. Part 3. Small space, big harvest. Container gardening done right. If you live in a senior community, condo, or simply don't want to deal with yard upkeep, container gardening is your best friend. It's not a compromise, it's a smart upgrade. First, containers let you control everything: the soil, the drainage, and even the sun exposure by moving pots around. You're no longer at the mercy of poor soil or shade trees. Choose lightweight pots with handles or wheels for easy movement. Fabric grow bags are great too. They're breathable, affordable, and come in all sizes. Use high-quality potting mix, not garden soil. Add slow-release fertilizer and make sure containers have drainage holes. Group containers by watering needs. Tomatoes, for example, need more water than herbs like rosemary. Try mixing beauty and function. A tomato plant with trailing nasturtiums looks gorgeous and provides salad ingredients right outside your door. And remember, your garden doesn't need to be huge. One large planter with 3 healthy plants can bring real joy and daily purpose. Plus, harvesting your own herbs or cherry tomatoes is a delightful ritual. So even if your space is small, your harvest and your happiness can be huge. Part 4. Gardening in the morning. The secret to energy and comfort. If there's one universal truth as we age, it's this: energy is a precious resource. And when it comes to gardening, timing is everything. The best time to garden? Morning. In the early hours, temperatures are cooler, the light is softer, and your body is likely at its peak energy. There's less strain, less sunburn risk, and often a peaceful quiet that makes gardening feel like meditation. Morning is also ideal for watering plants. Watering before the heat of the day allows moisture to soak in before it evaporates. Your plants will thank you. Try building a morning ritual. Wake up, stretch, make coffee, and then spend 15 to 30 minutes in the garden. You don't need to work every time. Sometimes just walking, observing, or clipping a flower is enough. That simple routine brings structure, calm, and a touch of magic to your day. Over time, you'll find that morning gardening gives you more than vegetables. It gives you a rhythm. And in later life, rhythm often matters more than speed. Part 5. Ergonomic tools that feel like magic. Let's talk tools. As we age, our hands might get stiffer, our grip may weaken, and lifting heavy items becomes harder. That doesn't mean gardening has to stop. It just means it's time for better tools, not more effort. Today's ergonomic garden tools are designed with senior comfort in mind. What does that mean? It means longer handles to reduce bending. It means tools with padded, wide grips that fit arthritic hands. It means lightweight materials that don't wear you out. For example, use a ratcheting pruner instead of regular scissors. It does the cutting in stages so you don't need brute strength. Or try a lightweight hose wand with a thumb control. So much easier than squeezing a stiff nozzle. A simple but life-changing item? A rolling garden seat with storage. It holds your tools, supports your back, and lets you garden while seated. For weeding, a stand-up weed puller removes roots cleanly with no bending at all. The point is this: the right tools give you independence. They let you work comfortably and confidently, even with arthritis or limited mobility. Think of these tools not as luxuries, but as investments in your freedom. Because gardening isn't about pushing through pain. It's about enjoying your time, your space, and the work of your hands. Part 6. The power of perennials. Less work, more joy. If you want a garden that gives and gives without asking too much in return, meet your new best friends, perennials. Unlike annuals, which you have to replant every year, perennials come back on their own, season after season. They bloom, rest, and return like clockwork. And the best part? Once they're established, they require far less work. Think of easy-care beauties like coneflowers, hostas, daylilies, and black-eyed Susans. They're tough, reliable, and often drought-tolerant. You plant them once and enjoy them for years. Perennials are perfect for seniors because they cut down on replanting, reseeding, and rewatering. Many varieties also naturally spread, slowly filling in your garden beds without you lifting a finger. Want even more ease? Group perennials according to their needs. Put all the sun lovers together, all the shade lovers in another spot. This makes watering and care more intuitive. And remember, perennials aren't just flowers. Herbs like chives, thyme, and mint also return each year, and can turn your garden into a fragrant, flavorful retreat. Building a garden with perennials is like building a friendship with time. The older the garden gets, the better it becomes. Slower, more forgiving, and deeply rewarding. Just like life after 65 should be. Part 7. Vertical gardening. Go up, not down. When bending is tough, the solution isn't to do less gardening. It's to rethink the direction. That's where vertical gardening comes in. Instead of planting outward, you plant upward, on walls, fences, or freestanding structures. It saves space, reduces bending, and brings your plants closer to eye level where you can enjoy and care for them with ease. Start with a vertical planter. You've probably seen them. They look like bookshelves with planting pockets or towers made of stacked pots. Herbs, lettuce, strawberries, and even flowers thrive in these settings. You can also hang fabric pouches on a sunny wall, or mount window boxes on balcony railings. Trellises are another great tool. Grow tomatoes, beans, or cucumbers climbing up instead of sprawling on the ground. Beyond convenience, vertical gardening adds beauty. Imagine sitting with your morning coffee, surrounded by walls of green, flowers at eye level, butterflies fluttering inches from your face. It's also safer. No stepping over beds or reaching too far. And if mobility is limited, vertical gardens can be built right next to your door or on your porch. The best part? Maintenance is minimal. Watering, harvesting, and trimming all happen while standing or sitting comfortably. So go vertical, It's a whole new way to grow joyfully, safely, and smart. Part 8. Watering without the work. Watering might seem simple, but let's be honest, lugging hoses, filling cans, or dragging sprinklers around isn't always easy. That's why smart watering is a game changer for senior gardeners. Start with soaker hoses. They slowly drip water right at the base of your plants, exactly where it's needed. No spraying, no waste, and you can hook them up to a timer. Set it and forget it. Another great option is drip irrigation kits. These systems use thin tubes to water each plant directly, and they're surprisingly easy to install. Once set up, you just turn a knob, or let the timer do it for you. Want low-tech but still easy? Place self-watering pots around your porch. These have water reservoirs at the bottom, reducing how often you need to refill. Perfect for forgetful days or dry summers. And don't underestimate the importance of mulch. It keeps the soil moist longer so you don't have to water as often. It also helps prevent weed growth. A double win. The real key is to eliminate stress and conserve energy. Smart watering means your plants get what they need and you don't have to work so hard to give it. It's not lazy, it's wise. Because the less time you spend watering, the more time you spend enjoying the garden. Part 9. Create a garden that feels like a retreat. Sometimes the best thing your garden can grow is peace. That's why I always recommend turning part of your garden into a sanctuary space. Not for planting, but for being. This isn't about fancy design. It's about creating a place to sit, reflect, and just enjoy being outdoors. A simple bench under a tree. A rocking chair on your porch surrounded by flower pots. A little fountain that bubbles quietly in the background. Studies show that being in a calm, natural space lowers blood pressure, reduces anxiety, and even improves memory. For seniors, that's not just pleasant, it's powerful. Use plants that engage the senses. Lavender for scent, ornamental grasses for the sound of rustling, soft lamb's ear leaves to touch. Add wind chimes or hang bird feeders for gentle movement and life. Most importantly, place this retreat somewhere easy to reach, just steps from your door. You shouldn't have to trek across the yard to find peace. It should be right there waiting. Your garden shouldn't just be about doing, it should be about being. So make a space that invites you to slow down, take a breath, and smile. Part 10. Gardening with Grandkids. Memories that grow. Gardening is more than a hobby, it's a legacy. And one of the most beautiful things you can do as a senior gardener is share that love with your grandchildren. You don't need a formal lesson plan. Just invite them in. Let them get their hands dirty. Show them how a seed turns into a sprout and then into food or flowers. Watch their eyes light up when they harvest their first strawberry or chase a butterfly around the lilies. Choose quick-growing plants for short attention spans. Radishes, sunflowers, or snap peas. Make a kid's corner in the garden where they can decorate pots, paint rocks, or grow their own mini crops. Gardening together teaches patience, responsibility, and wonder. Creates rituals. Watering together, checking growth, tasting the results. And most of all, it creates memories that last longer than the season. Even if your mobility is limited, you can share stories, teach names of plants, or simply sit beside them as they dig and discover. In a world full of screens, gardening offers something magical and real. And your wisdom, your way of doing things, becomes part of their story too. That's the gift. You're not just planting seeds in soil. You're planting values, joy, and connection. And that, my friend, might be the most important harvest of all. Thank you for joining us. Gardening in your golden years isn't about doing more. It's about doing it smarter, gentler, and with joy. With the right tools, simple changes, and a little creativity, your garden becomes a place of peace, purpose, and beauty. Keep planting, keep growing, and keep smiling.